Yo, what is going on, guys? TymeStopper here, coming back at you another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, in this video, we are talking about the Forge Pass. That's right. You know, I tried making this video twice before, when Forge Pass Season 1 came out and when Forge Pass 2 season came out, and each time I stopped myself from making it. And I should never have done that, because the truth is, the reason that I stopped myself is because of how much hate the Forge Pass was getting, and I completely disagree with almost every evaluation out there on whether you should be buying the Forge Pass. So with Forge Pass Season 3 now in the game, and they made some changes to it, let's talk numbers and why I think that if you skip the Forge Pass, you are hurting yourself in the long run. So let's jump into the video. Okay, guys, first and foremost, yes, let's get this out of the way. I do think that most people in the game, except for super end game players, are going to get a massive amount of value out of the Forge Pass. So, you know, as I go through this and run some numbers and things like that, I see a lot of different things. Now, let's talk first about why I think that the Forge Pass is getting a ton of hate. The Forge Pass gets so much hate because everyone is comparing it to the original Battle Pass that first came out that was insane value, just absurd value overall. But if we look at the actual Forge Pass numbers for what it is today versus the value of the items that are in the Forge Pass, you're going to see very quickly that it just makes sense. Now, how did I come up with any of these numbers to begin with? Well, we've had packs in the past that have included a large majority of the types of items that are in the Forge Pass, and we can use that or the other stuff to kind of extrapolate values for many of the things that we've never had values for before. So yes, there's going to be a little math in this video, but it's going to be more about my opinion. So let's buckle in. First, let's talk about Season 3 Forge Pass and what has changed in the Forge Pass from Season 1 and 2. So in the first 2 seasons of the Forge Pass so far, they included a set called the Instinct set. So this set in itself is not fantastic, make no mistake about it. It gives you, it's a 4-piece set that gives you 12 additional speed and 15% ignored defense. It's a solid set for an early to mid-game player. Is it better than any other set out there? No, it's kind of a mixture of maybe like a speed and a nuke set and things like that. It would be great for Faction Wars champions, things like that. Is it better than Lethal or Savage? No. Is it better than Speed? No. It's kind of like a mixture of both. But again, as an early to mid-game player, this is an excellent set. Now, in Season 3 of the Forge Pass, they've actually added a new set called the Bolster Set. So with this set, this is kind of like a shield set on steroids, if you will. A normal shield set is going to protect everybody in the party with a shield for 2 turns. After the 2 turns, it's gone, which is why shield set has kind of fallen out of the meta. You know, sometimes you'll see it on arena defenses and things like that. Sometimes you'll see it in different parts of the game where maybe you're struggling a little bit on dungeons and things like that. But after that shield wears off for the 2 turns, it's kind of useless at that point, and you've wasted 4 pieces of gear. The Bolster set, however, not only gives you 3 turns of shield for all of your ally, but it also heals by 10% for every turn. Now, when you think about that, that is almost as good as a regen set. So when you put this on, you have 3 turns of shield. So if you're in dungeons, if you're in arena, somewhere like that, you're getting 3 full turns of everyone having a shield. And then even once that wears off, you have a 10% heal on yourself for the duration of the fight. So because of that, I think that this is going to be one of the better sets in the game. Is it going to be the best set? No. But it's going to be an excellent set. Now, I don't know how long they're going to put it in here. Maybe they're going to run it for 2 seasons like they did the Instinct set. I personally, as you can see, haven't forged any of my Instinct gear because I just don't need it yet. But that doesn't mean that one day I won't. And the same thing with the Bolster set. While Shield set may not be meta today, it doesn't mean that it won't come back later. And maybe this Bolster set is really worth something down the road as well, even to an endgame player. We just don't know based on what they introduce. So they've changed out the set, number one. What else did they do? Well, they did tweak some of the rewards. Obviously, if you're not sure how the Forge Pass works, you can get everything in the base level up here completely free. You get daily challenges that you have to do, as well as weekly challenges if you go into here. And then you get points towards those, and then you can unlock the different tiers. So you can get all the way through the free tier without having to pay any money, all the way up to level 50, which, by the way, pretty cool. They put an avatar in there, brand new avatar this time. I thought they were going to lock it behind the paid version, but this is actually pretty cool for a free-to-play player to be able to get an avatar just by doing stuff you normally would. And none of these challenges are insanely hard. Now, on the bottom set here, the gold set, where you basically have to pay. You pay $19.99, and then you get different things as you go along through here, right? So on the different tiers. It's the only way to get the weekly challenges, by the way. You have to buy the gold Forge Pass or whatever the premium version is called now to be able to get the weekly challenges. But as you go through here, you get much, much better rewards than you would get in the free version. So this is the version you're paying $19.99 for. You get this stuff at the top free no matter what. The $19.99 lets you pick up the stuff at the bottom. In here, they've added some 6-star Chaos Ore, which previously it only had 5-star Chaos Ore. They've obviously got the Bolster stuff in there. And it looks like they took out some of the Magisteel that was in here, which was just kind of overkill for most players anyway. And they actually added in some 6-star glyphs, which is huge based on everything. You know, one of the biggest complaints was there wasn't any 6-star glyphs in here. Now, spoiler alert, there's still no speed glyphs, there's still no accuracy glyphs, and there's still no resistance glyphs, all of the 6-star variety. However, there is some 6-star glyphs in there, which is better than none. But even without them, you're going to see that when we look at the price breakdown, it's more than worth it, right? So as you go down through here, you can pick up all the different stuff. You can see that they added some additional 6-star Chaos Ore. And then you get all the way down here to the end. No matter what, you automatically get one set of 6-star legendary bolster gear. Now, you guys all know that when they sell 6-star legendary gear in the shop, it sells for a minimum on a terrible set, $30, $50 on a decent set. So even the $19.99 for one set is probably worth it. And when we look at the valuation, I don't even have that factored in because I don't put a price on gear personally. I'm not to the point where I buy gear. I wouldn't even know how to value it overall, so I just flat out didn't. I also didn't add in any of the forge materials. When we look at how do we price this out and how do I come up with amounts for this? Well, pretty easy. So we've had packs in the past that are going to give us values for different items. The first one is going to be this glyph pack right here. So we already know a value for the silver and we already know a value for the energy that is in this, right? So all we really have to come up with is how do we value the 3 5-star glyphs? So we just pull out the other stuff and figure out what they value the 5-star glyphs at, right? So pretty easy to figure out values on those. Now we know that a speed glyph is probably going to be worth more than anything else. So as we go through here, that's going to be like our top tier, if you will, basically, right? And then we can see other packs that have come up. Shout out to Chosen. I don't know if you guys can see him down in the corner there. I took this from one of his videos, but as you can see, we've got 6 5-star speed glyphs in there again. We've got endurance glyphs, strike glyphs, other glyphs, right? For $29.99 on this glyph pack. Again, it helps us kind of extrapolate things down, figure out what stuff is worth, etc. We can also use some of the clan system stuff to do some backwards math, because we know that in the clan shop here, you can get 4-star glyphs, 5-star glyphs, and we know that they value that at 150 clan gold, right? So if I can buy one rank 4 glyph for 150 clan gold, they also say that I can get 100 energy for 100 clan gold, then I can simply figure out how much that these glyphs cost to them, basically, right? So I basically am just going through and doing the math on all of it to figure it out. In addition to that glyph pack right there, we also have this glyph pack here, which has appeared before. And then the other things that we're going to need to figure out prices on, values on, if you will, are going to be things like charms. So to figure out the charms, we've had 2 charm packs since I've been playing that I can find. One is going to be this charm pack right here for $60. The other is going to be a charm pack right here for $40. Now, obviously, there are different charms and things like that, so we have to kind of figure out, okay, rank, rarity, which ones, etc., etc. I've actually gone through and done that math already. If you guys are not familiar with my offer calculator, I'll go ahead and bring it up here on the screen. Now, I did adapt this from one of Chosen's offer calculators, and I adjusted some of the pricing, but as you can see, I have much more on here than just the standard items. I've put charms on here. I've put glyphs on here. I have core hammers, ores, light coins, you name it, basically extrapolated values based on offers and what they charge and what I think is a fair value for everything, and plugged it in here. The only thing that I do not have a value on this sheet right now for is 6-star glyphs, because we've never seen a value on them. And when I'm going through here, I just haven't calculated it yet. But let's take a look at the Forge Pass and look at what is all in this Forge Pass versus what it cost, right? We can simply go to the input price field and put in the $20 that the Forge Pass cost. And then we can plug in all the different items that we are getting by buying the premium version, not the free version. These are only the premium items. So as you can see, I've plugged in 3.5 million silver total, all of the charms, all of the glyphs. You can see I have no price down there for the 6-star percentage glyphs that we're getting 6 of, and all of the items on the right-hand side. As you can see, the total retail value is already $252.40 worth of items. Now, of course, that's retail value, not fair value. But even at fair value, we're talking $113.58 worth of fair value. Now, I know I'm going to get tons of hate in the comments on this because everyone's like, oh, the Forge Pass is terrible. It's, you know, just a bunch of glyphs. They're only 5-star, blah, blah, blah. 5-star glyphs are good. Are they 6-star glyphs? No. But I guarantee you, if you're an early game, a mid-game player, you would kill for a lot of those glyphs. You got to remember, when you're pricing this stuff out, this is not priced just for endgame players. We price it for everybody, right? So not everybody in the game is someone that is sitting on like hundreds and hundreds of charms, right? If I go over here and I look at my charms that I have, right? I have hundreds of like type charms and HP charms and things like that. So they're not going to hold a ton of value for me as a player because I already have plenty of them. But when we're getting a total offer score of 12.62 already, then even if you take those out, you're getting tons of value. Now, keep in mind, I can't stress this enough. This includes no gear. Remember, one gear set alone would probably be about $30 of this bolster set, in addition to all the gear that you can forge with it, in addition to the 6-star glyphs that I have not priced in. Realistically, this is probably, if you bought it, fair value, about $130 worth of stuff that you're getting for only $19.99. Now, I'm not here to tell you that Plarium is a saint and that you should buy everything that they put out there, but I think that when you look at this, you can easily see that there's a ton of value in this for most players. Not all players, most players. If you're an early game player, if you're a mid game player and you want to spend some money, if you're a late game player and you want to spend some money, heck, if you're a whale, why not buy it anyway? You buy everything else, right? The truth is that this is a good value. Anyone that is going to tell you it's a bad value is just lying to themselves. They're just making stuff up because we've already seen the values. I showed you the screenshots. I showed you what Plarium sells the stuff for. And this is way cheaper than they've ever sold it for. It's not like it's even near it, right? It's not like I plugged this stuff in and the offer value came out to like a 2.0 and I'm like, hey guys, this is the best ever. No, this is coming out to a massive landslide amount of value compared to what it normally sells for. And the truth is, gathering this many 5-star glyphs and this many charms and everything else, it would take some time, right? And that's really what you're buying in this game. Everything can be done in this game free to play. It just takes time. When you spend money, you're just decreasing the amount of time it takes to get those items. So this is no different, right? It's opportunity cost. But the reality is that for $19.99, this is easily one of the best values that they've ever put out. Even the first 2 seasons were. I'm telling you they were, no matter what anyone else says. Does that mean you should 100% buy it? Not necessarily, because if you're sitting on hundreds of charms and things like that, if you don't value the gear or what have you, you have to do the math on that yourself. So how do you do that? Well, I'm going to leave a link to my offer calculator in the comments down below. You can go down there, punch in the items that you find value for in that set, right? Put in the $20 and ask yourself, okay, so of the items that I find value in, does it make sense? Take out all the charms if you don't need the charms. Take out the ore if you don't find value in ore. Whatever it is that you want, take it out. But I'm telling you that this is a great value. I'm sure that not everyone is going to see eye to eye on this, but the truth is that at the price that they're selling at, I can't help but think it is a great deal. So if you're someone who tends to spend a little bit of money on the game and you don't want to whale out for shard packs, this is a great way to help your progression in the game, help yourself along and things like that. The gear's going to be good. The stuff that you're getting in it overall is good. And it definitely gets the TymeStopper seal of approval. But guys, that's about all I have for today. If you agree, if you disagree, let me know in the comments down below. Just keep it civil, whatever you do. I do want to thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end. Of course, if you did like the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and of course, as always, until next time, be good.